So there's only two things that make my hype level meter go over 9,000. And coincidentally, they both have star in the beginning of their names. And one is Star Citizen, of course. And the second is Star Wars. My favorite franchise, favorite movie, whatever you want to call it, is my number one of all time. I have so many Star Wars shirts. There's so much Star Wars stuff, it's ridiculous. Like, I wish I could just trade my life in that universe and wish it was real. But anyways, let's hop into the Star Wars Battlefront news. We're going to do the good, the bad, and the ugly with this. So let's go ahead and start off with the good. Right off the bat, this trailer looks amazing. It said in-game footage, but like I said, sometimes you got to look out for that stuff. I want to see actual gameplay of how it looks, because we all know how these publishers will do, or these developers, and they'll trick us into how the game looks. Ubisoft with Watch Dogs. And they will downgrade the graphics when the game comes out. So I'm just going to hold my judgment for that until the game actually comes out. Second thing I liked was the sounds. It definitely was the authentic Star Wars sound effects in there, and I loved it. And we all know DICE could do some awesome sounds. They make some of the best gun sounds in Battlefield. So it is good to know that they're keeping the authentic sound of Star Wars in there, and I cannot wait to hear more of it. Third thing I was loving, that they are bringing the heroes back, and that is awesome, because we've seen Darth Vader come out getting ready to kick some ass, and then of course the bad man himself, one of my favorite characters in Star Wars, Boba M. Effin Fett. Oh, I cannot wait to play as him, and he looked awesome in the trailer, which goes on to my next thing that I liked in here, and that's number 4. It's a small thing, but jetpacks. I love jetpacks. I seen that in the trailer. Besides Boba Fett, I forgot the name of the aliens that was, the one I was flying in Return of the Jedi with Lando and the Millennium Falcon, those little ugly fish-looking dude. He had a jetpack, and he took down the AT-ST. So I cannot wait to see how that turns out and how the mechanics of that's going to be. The fifth thing I'm glad they announced at the convention is that there will be first person and third person in this game. I was kind of worried that they were going to only make it first person, which I'm glad that's not the case, because it just wouldn't have been Battlefront if you could not switch back and forth. Like I said, back in the day, I played mostly in third person. I didn't find out actually until the second game that there was even a first person view in there. I always played on third, so I'm glad that DICE is somewhat keeping it authentic to the original Star Wars Battlefronts. And the last thing on my list, it's a small thing, but I thought it was kind of cool, is that there are going to be customizable female stormtroopers, which we never seen in the Star Wars universe. So it's kind of weird, but hey, the more customization, the better. And maybe some of the other factions and stuff that goes on in Battlefront, we could have a whole lot of customization, because I would love more customization with my Star Wars characters, especially if I could be a Jedi or something crazy. I don't know what they're going to do, but I can't wait to see how that plays out. Now, on to the bad, ugly, whatever you want to call it. You can call it bugly. Mix them together. EA. I knew you was going to do this. I don't know why I'm shocked, but I knew you was going to do this. But let's go ahead and hop into the ugly. So right away, in typical EA fashion, you got your bullshit DLC fresh off the press. So we got the standard edition that when you pre-order, it comes with the Planet of Jakku DLC, which they said is going to be free content, which is it's all a big scam. What they do is they take a part out the game and give it to you later on to make it seem like you're getting some kind of deal. It's all part of the bullshit, pre-order bullshit. And then, of course, you got the Star Wars Battlefront Deluxe Edition for a whole extra $10. That one's going to be $70 US dollars. And what comes with this, you get instant access, they said, to 5 in-game items. The DL-44 blaster, which is the Han Solo blaster, an iron grenade, an ion torpedo, an ion shock exclusive emote, and a victory exclusive emote. Oh my gosh. And you could pretty much, I bet my left nut right now that there will be a season pass with this game. Make no doubt about it. And that leads me on to the next thing I don't like about this game. No space battles. And that is a huge bummer, because now we're taking steps back. We were able to do it in Battlefront 2. Hell, even on the delayed Star Wars, the Battlefront 3 we were supposed to get had space battles. why are we taking a step back? And then they asked about it. They talking about some, it's not gonna be in the game initially, but there are things in the future that could be done, which basically is what they're saying could be DLC. That's why that pissed me off, and it led into this because we seen with Battlefront Battlefield on how they had the plane mode. I forgot the name of the modes, but you guys could fly in the jets or just the tank battles. Believe that's probably gonna come to Battlefront. Make no doubt about it. I believe it's gonna happen, but that just sucks that missed opportunity couldn't be in the original game. This next problem I have with it isn't that bad, but it'd been interesting to see what DICE could have did with this, but it's no campaign. No campaign in this game, and I would have loved to see DICE step out the Battlefield thing with their campaign and did something in the Star Wars universe. So I kind of think that's a missed opportunity. I'm not going to cry about it too much because, like I said, I'm going to be mostly playing multiplayer anyways. It's just been interesting to see how that works. This next disappointment may not piss off people like it did me, but the prequel stuff will not be in there, which means I can't play as Darth Maul, I can't play as Jango Fett, I can't play as the clones or be on the planet of Naboo, which it just sucks. I don't understand how that's not going to get put in here. But like I said, it may be in the DLC. So, small gripe, but I wish it was in there. And the last thing on this list, which really boggles the mind, is the 40 people max server. I cannot understand. The only thing I could probably think of right now is those graphics. If those graphics are like that in the actual game and they're having technical issues, that's why they had to bump it down, because we all know DICE does 64 players on Battlefield 4, and I don't understand why this is getting dumbed down to 40 for a Battlefront game, which is almost basically Star Wars Battlefield, and you bump it down to just 40? I really hope it's just a technical issue, because I feel like we're getting gypped. I don't know if they're going to do the NPC stuff like on the original Star Wars Battlefront, but it just seems like it's not going to be that much action-packed, which I hope I'm wrong, or maybe they designed the maps right. I'm curious of how it's going to be, but we're going to have to see when the full game releases. But those are just all my concerns on Star Wars Battlefront, or the stuff I do love about it, and we're just going to have to sit back, wait, and see when it finally comes out. But I am curious, what are you guys looking forward to, and what are you guys not looking forward to, and are you excited that Battlefront is making a comeback? But that is all for today. You guys have a blessed day, and one more thing, Star Wars for life.